Hey guys, Richard here. So one thing I'm asked a lot is what type of keywords can I use when I'm trying to build my content online? So one of the things that new people always struggle with is what am I going to write about or what am I going to create videos about? And at the end of the day, what you're trying to do is create value for people and give people information, right? And only by doing that will you eventually get them interested in yourself and your own products and services. And then they may want to buy off you in the future if you're marketing certain things to them, right? So how do I know what to write about? Well, one thing obviously is you need to understand what your niche is. So if your niche is, let's say, dog training, and I'll use that as an example during the video, you need to figure out what people want to know within that particular niche. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you just a couple of resources that I use, because what you do tend to find, especially if you're talking about keyword research, is there are so many tools out there. There are so many different kind of points of view about how to do this that you're going to get very, very confused very quickly. So I would like to keep things simple here, and I'm going to give you just two tools that you can find where people are actually asking questions and the type of questions and things people want to actually know, right? And then I'm going to give you just a couple of ways to verify whether that's worth actually making content around. But one thing I need to tell you here is when you're deciding what type of content to actually build, you need to just go with it and publish that content and move on, and don't get hung up on specific kind of search metrics that may stop you actually building that content, because that's one of the things that stops a lot of people. They're trying to find the perfect keywords and they never actually get the content done. So let's jump inside. I want to show you Answer Socrates first, and then I'm going to show you a site called People Always Asked. And these are two really, really good resources that you can find out what people are actually trying to search for online. Okay, so I jumped over to Answer Socrates. Now, Answer Socrates is a site that I use quite often, and basically you're trying to find all of the questions around certain topics, and all you need to do is put a topic in that is around your niche, and you'll find all the different questions being asked around that topic. So if I just come right down to the bottom, what it's doing is it's taking the most frequent asked questions of things like Google Suggest. It's also asking questions from Google Trends. And then lastly, it's featuring the questions from People Also Asked, which is a second site that I'm going to show you. Now, the reason I'm going to show you that site as well is because that has got one hell of a lot of detail on that particular site, and it niches down and goes deeper and deeper into each of the questions. So again, it's good for overall research. So if I just come up here and I'll show you an example of this, all you need to do is put some kind of trend or topic in here. So I'm just going to put dog training in here. And I know this is going to be a massive topic. So if I just use the word dog training, it'd be very, very hard for me to ever kind of rank for any kind of keywords for that particular topic. So what you need to do is figure out, can I make content around that topic on slightly different keywords? Now what this does is it gives you all of the different questions that are being asked. So it's got 115 questions here, and it's relatively the same format on all of the different topics that you put in. So what you wanted to do is see what kind of can, should I, how, those types of questions are being asked. And each one of these is a potential topic for your content. Every single one of these you could write some form or do a video on some kind of content for these. All you need to do is go through and look at these and do research on each of these individual topics, and this could be something that you go ahead and write your content on. So it's got all the different questions. Then it's got questions that are related to kind of in the past, so 10 questions there, such as when and was. Then it's got comparison type questions. So if you want to do a comparison video or a comparison blog post, these would be good topics for you. Then it's got prepositions. So this is talking about more specific topics. So you're talking about, say, dog training for aggressive dogs, dog training for worse for a very specific area. Then you have the letter method. It's a very, very similar thing to the alphabet method I always talk about in YouTube, where you put your main keyword in and you follow it by an A, then follow it by a B, then follow it by a C. And what that does is it gives you all of the different search terms that are actually being searched for within YouTube, for instance, and that gives you a whole bunch of keywords as well. This is a very, very similar one, so it'll give you all of those suggestions straight away. You know these are being searched for because they're being taken from Google data. So this is our live search terms. And then lastly, you've got some queries. So if people want to know dog training near me, dog training classes, that kind of thing, you could use these if you were advertising specific services. So you can see here, this is very, very powerful and a great way to get thousands and thousands of ideas for your content. Now, if I wanted to go into this a little bit deeper, what I could do is I could take this and actually go over to my second option, which is people always asked. Now I'll put all of these links in the description below so that you can see them, but I could actually go ahead and search for this in people always asked, and this is completely free. You get 1,000 searches a month, and basically you just come in here and search by region, and then it's going to give you a huge amount of keywords and keyword ideas just by coming over to this site. So you can see here that my main keyword is here, can dog training help with aggression? Now if I just bring this slightly bigger so you can see it, the idea is it tails off then into lots and lots of different topics. So will getting a dog fixed help with aggression? So obviously if you want to go and get it fixed. At what age is it too late to neuter a dog? Are intact dogs more likely to be attacked? Are unneutered dogs more aggressive? So you can see what it's doing is it's taking that particular topic and is expanding it and expanding it. And each one of these search terms you can click on and get more and more answers. So right at the bottom of the tree here, you can see there's some options here. Can dogs be friends after a fight? Should you break up a dog fight? If I go ahead and click this, you will then see yet another lot of keywords and search terms that you can go ahead and do content on. And look there, should you break up a dog fight? And then you got all of these other different topics that are springing off this one keyword. So you can go deeper and deeper, and you have so many options here to write content on, guys. Absolutely thousands of topics that you can go ahead and research and then do your content, do your video, and then move on to the next one. Now the next step is I can go ahead and look at each one of these questions and decide whether it's going to be useful for me to actually write content on. And again, guys, at the end of the day, if you feel this is good for your audience, just go ahead and do the video, do the blog post, because somebody there will find it really valuable. But you can go ahead and you can grab this. And if you want to go and check in YouTube, I use something called Tubebuddy, and I also use the YouTube search function itself. So once you paste it in, you can see what other types of videos are being done on this topic. So it helps you decide what kind of content to actually create. The next thing you can do is I use something called Tubebuddy, and Tubebuddy is a keyword explorer tool, and you can use this to give you some kind of idea whether it's going to be a useful one for you to go ahead and do. So this is telling me that from a weighted and unweighted perspective, this is probably a good keyword, and it's basing it on the amount of search volume within YouTube and then looking at the various types of competition. Now, I take this with a pinch of salt a lot of the times because it all depends on the number of other videos that are actually being ranked for this, or the types of videos, and you know how hard that is to actually create content around. But it's a good, very, very quick indicator that I could maybe actually go ahead and rank for this. Now, the weighted is just a way that it's showing my channel against the other types of channels that are making this content and deciding whether for my particular channel this would be a good one to actually go for. Another great tool is obviously the keyword planner. Now the keyword planner is completely for free, and you can use some of these ideas to take them over to the keyword planner and see if anybody's actually searching for them as well. Go ahead and just grab one of these ideas. What is the first thing to train a dog? Whatever that is. Come over to the keyword planner, discover new keywords, just type the keyword in here, then just press get results, and you can see what type of results there is. So there's some options here, so it gives you the overall search for that particular keyword. So you see around 240 a month. That's not a bad keyword to go for, actually. What's the first thing to train a dog? And you can come down here and look at any other options. So what is the first thing? This one here could be a good one. What is the first thing you should train your puppy? Again, get results, and it's going to give me the results for those two. So again, two very, very simple ways that you can figure out whether your keywords are worth actually going for. But as I said a couple of times during the video, if you think these types of topics are relevant to your own niche, I would go ahead and do the videos, do the blog posts based on these questions, because people are searching for them all of the time because they're showing up in tools like this, and they're always going to bring your audience value. So guys, I hope you found that useful. My name is Richard Darby. This is the School of Nomads. If you haven't been over to our channel before, don't forget to hit the subscribe and notification bell, and I'll let you know whenever I release new videos. And if you're looking to build a long-term sustainable business online, don't forget to hit the link in the description below over to the School of Nomads, and I'll take you through the whole process step by step. Until next time guys, take care.